Have you ever wondered why Jesus is called the Logos? Check this out.
Why is Jesus called the Word? Well, the Greek word there is logos, from which we get our word logic. And it actually says, in the beginning was the Logos, and the Logos was with God, and the Logos was God, that Jesus Christ is the Logos. Well, you say, that's weird. What does that mean? The word logos, from which we get our word logic or reason, was a philosophical term at the time. The Greek philosophers talked about the logos of things. To know the logos of things is to know the reason it exists. And unless you align yourself with the reason for its existence, you're going to have a problem. So, for example, if I take my watch off and try to hammer a nail with it, it's going to break. You know why? The reason for the watch, the reason the maker of the watch made the watch, was to tell me time, not to hammer nails. So if I don't align myself with the logos of the watch, I'll destroy it. If you have a space heater in your room and you try to cook on it, you might burn your apartment down. Why? Because the reason for the space heater, the reason the maker made the space heater was not to help you cook, but just to heat your space. And if you don't align yourself with the logos of the heater, you know, you're going to have a problem. Well, the Greek philosophers at the time that John wrote believed that human beings had a logos, that the world had a logos, that there was a logos behind the whole universe. And they believed that if you could discern that logos, what they thought using philosophical reasoning, if you could, through philosophical contemplation, you could discern what that was and you could align with it, then your life would go well. And there was all these different parties, and each philosopher was arguing, this is the logos. They were all looking for some principle, some proposition, some principle that you could live in accordance with. And somebody said, it's this principle, it's that principle. Along comes John and revolutionizes the history of human thought by saying, well, there is a logos. There actually is a reason for your life. There is something you should be living for, but it's not an abstract principle. It's a person that you can know and love. It's Jesus Christ. Because the creator of the world, who made you for himself, notice it says he came to his own. What do you mean it came to his own? He came to his own. And when you make something, it's your own. It's yours. He came to his own. Why? Because he made us. He made us for himself. And it's only when we know and love him that we will be aligning with our logos. But you see how wonderful that is? See, the Greeks thought it was a proposition or a principle that you got to know through philosophical reasoning. Well, you see, if it's a philosophical proposition, then only the elite and the educated could know it, but anyone can love a person. And if it's a philosophical proposition, then the real meaning of life is knowledge. But if it's Jesus Christ, the real meaning of life is love.